don't compare yourself to what others are doing in your area. Okay, so again, if you teach karate, judo, jiu-jitsu, regardless of style, BJJ, regardless of what it is, of course be aware of so-called competition and how far away they are from you and that type of thing, but don't compare yourself to what they're doing, because you are going to build your successful business based on how you want it to run and what goals you wish to achieve. Okay, one of the worst things you can ever do is say, right, well, and again, I'm saying this because I made this mistake in 2004 when I opened up. They're charging X amount an hour. They're a higher grade than me, so therefore I'm going to charge less than them. And not only that, I'm going to charge less but give my students extra half an hour. Stupid things like that, okay? So be aware of your competition, or so-called competition, but don't start to imitate them, all right? You need to make sure that you're learning from people that have, been there and done that and so on, but you are building your business. You're not building a business to replicate their business over there, because what can sometimes look good from the outside may not be the case. So that particular school that might, be huge and you might think that it's got huge numbers, what you might not see behind the scenes is, trust me from, building a very successful large school with a big full-time team, you won't see the huge payroll expenses. You won't see the amount that they spend on marketing. You won't see, how much rent they're paying for that big square footage school that they've got. You won't see, again, internal things when people go off on sick and you're paying them. And plus also, not only that, what impact it has on other dynamics as well. So don't think in order for your business to be better, it needs to be much bigger than it is. Okay? I would always rather have a highly profitable school with 150, 200 active count that are paying a decent amount based on the provision and obviously the service that you're providing, than a school with 400, 500 that is paying a lower amount, and obviously the churn is big and you're just constantly having to obviously get more and more students to replace the ones that you're losing, and therefore on the 1st of January in one particular year you're not any better than you were 12 months before, because you're just constantly trying to obviously get white belts in to replace the students that you're leaving, to replace the students that have left. So never compare yourself to others. So I'm going to say it again because I've got more points to say on this. Compare and have a look at maybe the website if you wish, see what's good, see what's bad. I do get to see a lot of school owners' websites, okay? Some of them are fantastic, but unfortunately a large proportion of them are horrendous. And from a parent who might just want to get their child involved in an activity, if it's not mobile friendly and if it's telling me too much about your lineage, too much about your history and too much of this, it's not doing what it should do. All the parent wants to need to know is, how do I book a free lesson? Maybe a little bit about what you deliver, but it doesn't need to go on about you started in 1963. You trained here, you trained there, you trained there, you've done this, you've done that. That's all fantastic. It is good. I'm not saying that isn't important. It is important, but it's not important at that stage. It's important when they come to your school and learn more about, do you know what? These do know what they're talking about. Look, he has been there, or she's been there. Look who they've trained with. Wow, they've achieved this, they've achieved that. So I'm in no way saying that those things aren't important, but they're not important at that stage of the sales process. So, yeah, you can compare yourself, but the best thing to do is use your energy to build your business, use your energy to promote your business, use your energy to enroll students, renew students and look after them and deliver the best possible lessons, whether that's through yourself, you and your training instructors, you and your instructors, you and your team of instructors, but that's always going to be where your energy is best spent. It's no good spending your energy, don't want to go too philosophical here, looking in the past, okay? Thinking about, well, we should have done this, we should have done that. It's gone, you can't change it, let it go, just learn from it and move on. Fail fast, fail forward, okay? But get up and keep moving forward. So, pricing, okay? That's one thing when I speak to school owners and I say to them, right, well, based on what you've told me and what you're doing for your students, they need to be paying this much. There's always that hesitation to go, oh no, I can't do this and I can't do that and so on. And then, again, linking it back to like Maslow, really, we're either going to, take a step further forward into uncomfortable places, which will help us grow, or we're going to retracts back into something comfortable because we know it's comfortable. And, as when you do that, then you're obviously squashing your school's growth. So comparing yourself can be good in certain instances, but too many school owners compare themselves to others instead of just staying in their lane and thinking, right, I'm here to spend my energy on building my team, building the number of students I serve, building a strong curriculum, and making sure that as many students as possible, I can help them achieve the many benefits of martial arts training. Like, I'm sure if you're watching this now, you're probably doing martial arts at least 3 years, probably 5, maybe 10, maybe 15, maybe 20, maybe 25, maybe 30. It's my 30th year very soon, maybe even longer than me. So you know about the benefits of martial arts and how it's helped shape you as a person. It's your job as an instructor to try and get across those endless benefits to new students, and definitely students that are already within your program, already within your school. So yeah, don't compare yourself in terms of price. So what they're charging, who's bothered? They know how much theirs is worth, and I know ours is worth this much. Okay? Don't compare yourselves in terms of, well, they're a higher grade, so therefore they must be better than me. That doesn't work. Comparison, what is it? Is it like comparison is the thief of joy? That type of thing. Spend your energy and your time. There's only 168 hours in a week to make sure you're taking steps further forward every single day, even if it's just an inch, in developing and improving your school. Okay? There's already so many elements to that, though. Again, that could be developing your team, making sure the school looks phenomenal, making sure your curriculum's good, but none of that matters if you're not getting new white belts in through the door. So one of the bad things you can do is spend hours decorating and building this fantastic school, spending hours doing team training each and every week, but really there's nobody new coming in. So as a result, in a year's time, you won't have any, whatever your second, third, fourth belts are. And therefore, as a result, in 4 or 5 years' time, or however long it takes students in your style to earn first degree black belt, there won't be any black belts because there's been no students coming in for this period of time. Okay? You can always tell how healthy a school is based on how many new white belts have coming in each week. So when I go out and do one-off school visits for people, again, you can tell a lot by just having a look at how many new students have they got coming through. And again, the stats will tell you everything. So yeah, just a super quick one there. Don't compare yourself to other schools. They might have a bigger venue. They might have a better looking venue. They might have a better website. They might have more instructors. Okay? But Rome wasn't built in a day. Your job should be to do as much as you can with the resources you can and try to use your time effectively. But continually market your school, continually track your stats, continually improve the student's experience. Now, don't get this wrong, okay? I'm not saying now you need more mirrors than you've got, or you haven't got any mirrors, now you do need mirrors. You now need more punch bags. You now need, Chesterfield sofas for parents. You now need these really, really dear coffee machines and vending machines. All of that is, superficial stuff around the sides. What really matters is the benefits your students are receiving or achieving, really, whilst they're in your school. And this is where the penny does start to drop with instructors. Your teaching should extend far beyond the 4 walls of your school. Okay, so there shouldn't be phenomenal students for you for that 45-minute or for that an hour lesson. You see them twice a week, maybe 3 times a week. This should be starting to change behavioural habits as a result of your teaching. Okay, and that's how you differ from football, rugby, netball, swimming, gymnastics, dance, or anything. Okay, but yeah, I hope that video helped some people. Like I normally send these videos. This might be the first one you've watched. If not, you might have seen lots of the others. Maybe invest in my first book there, How to Build a Highly Profitable Martial Arts School. So it's available on Amazon. And, I've said this before, but if you're serious and you haven't spent £14, I don't know, it might be 13, it might be 15, on a book designed by somebody who's been there and done that, and even if you pick just one thing up and implement it, that's going to make an impact to your school, you can't be serious. You need to invest in a copy of that book. But if you really are serious, then apply to obviously work with me, mentorship. See the link below, and I'm sure we could do good things. But again, it's down to you. All right, take care, good luck, and you know, if you watch this all the way through, then give it a like or subscribe, whatever. Take care.